Hello and welcome to my channel, Strictly Fun Modeling, where modeling is just for fun and pleasure. I will be building today a Churchill Mk.III from AFV Club in the most common scale for tanks, which is 1/35. Okay, let's look what's inside of the box. I will like to start the unboxing from a small look into the instruction sheet. Well, my first conclusion when I look through the instructions is that they are not bad, but still they look quite old and sometimes it is really hard to follow them. Don't get me wrong, it is not like you will not get through this, but at the same time you might have some moments of hesitation on how and where mount some parts. Overall, the set is really nice and it is not so hard to be assembled. Maybe I will exclude from this statement the suspension, which might get tricky in assembly. I have enjoyed my time with this set, especially when you find that engineers from AFV have done a really good job on those screws. There are no annoying ejection pin marks, and as I recall, and I didn't have to cover my whole workbench with dust from sanding procedure. I have mentioned before I will be building the Mark III version of Churchill, as for the February 1943 in Tunisia. I really like those two colored cyclop signs placed on air intakes. This is the British regiment, which is also what I was aiming for. Along with the AFV set, I have decided to use some add-ons. I will use the ET Model P parts set for even more details, and PE fenders set from Voyager models, which unfortunately you will see later as already assembled structure. I will also add some figures from Master Box with this proud camel, which I just hope I will handle to deliver. Okay, no more boring instructions and spruce flipping. Let's roll up the sleeves and get to work. As you see, I have already prepared the suspension and sides of the body. Unfortunately, I'm still learning how to film workshop videos, and this is why I have filmed this part and then unexpectedly I have deleted this. Please don't ask me how and why. Okay, but let's concentrate on this what I have filmed and not on what I have deleted. I was a little bit worrying on how the assembly of chassis will go, as this is not a single part build. Especially I was afraid of warping, fitting problems or gaps between glued parts. But in the end, as you see, nothing like this happened. This set is really well thought through, and everything went nicely from the start to the very end. I don't know how about you, but this is the best time of the whole build for me. The model is growing bigger and first shapes start to show. This is also the time when it is really hard to break loose some flimsy parts. Here you can see the example of detailing level of this set. Of course you will find here minor PE parts, but just look at the result. I like this set for this a lot, because even straight from the box you can build a real beauty. Okay, here is the last part which will close the chases. And in a moment I will show you the progress on the Churchill turret build. But first, I want to ask you a question. Do you like magic? And especially the modeling magic? Well, I don't hear any no, so I will show you something. Haha, and here is the turret magically assembled. Look, even P parts are already there. Yeah, okay, I know it doesn't look like this in the real life, and that's not what scale modeling is all about. Small joke, just a small joke. And now, in a few moments, I will show you step by step how I handled the turret. Just let's finish with those antennas before. Okay, and now let me go through every step of turret build, as in my opinion, this is the most exciting part of the build. In this build you will find a lot of hinges, so I have decided to show you a few details about it. To make a hinge you will need to bend the part around the small copper wire. In this case it is 0.3 millimeter copper wire. Then you will only need to push the wire through both parts of hinge and you have it. To make your work with PE easier, use modeling pliers and tweezers. I wanted to have my hinges moving up and down. Of course, not because I will open and close hatches, but just like this one myself. As you see, they are movable and look nice. And there you see a nice set of jewelry from my Churchill's turret. Okay, and now let's focus a bit on a store box fixed to the back of the turret. There are some added PE details to master the look of this part. You will find here hinges, box flap, and even a padlock, which is a proper and adequate answer to safety requirements during the wartime. I really love and simultaneously hate to work with PE parts. The level of detailing you can get with them is simply no competition for plastic. Your model may look incredible with them, and in my opinion, this is the highest level of modeling. At the same time, if you get annoyed by flying small plastic parts from the regular sets, you will step to hell while opening the PE detailing set. Just look at the dimensions of those parts. It's crazy. The other reason why to choose PE parts is that they are much easier to work when you want to show bumps, dents and scratches. You can even bend them freely, as you will see how I did it with Churchill fenders. We will also find some more details which can be remade with use of PE parts, just like this fire extinguisher. When you clean it up and add the PE handle and belt, you will be really happy with the result. Of course, some of those PE details might get lost in this whole big image of tank, but despite this I'm still all in. All this effort is a picture of my dedication to a model. And I know some of you could do it better, faster, cleaner, and probably more straight. But I think to myself, scale modeling is for fun, satisfaction, and this is no competition at all. So I'm not competing with anyone, and I'm definitely having fun. So everything is fine. Look how I prepare myself to a next stage of a build. I always arrange parts in front of me at the workbench to have them at hand. The same goes with modeling tools. They are mostly on my right side. It helps me a lot while assembling complex parts. I sometimes even arrange parts to line in a specific direction for me to grab them more easily. This all makes modeling less frustrating and time consuming, which is especially important when you work with PE parts and CA glue. And now is the time for some final glances to my work at this stage. Maybe something needs to be corrected, like this antenna stand. Maybe something is missing. Just look how good it looks now. I like Churchill for its unregular shaped turret, which doesn't look like anything else. Okay, now comes the time for some final details like air intakes and exhaust system. I will use parts from the box as a base, adding the PE vents. As you will see, I have decided not to put covers on air intakes. I have seen many pictures of Churchill Mk.III from that time, and I haven't seen those being mounted on any tank. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. And now we are going back to the hinges. We haven't seen them for a while. As you can see, ET Models have decided to provide us with hinges to all hatches around the tank. All hatches, yeah, excluding the ones at the back of the tank chassis. I do not really know why they made such a decision. It is strange, especially when you don't see much of a difference between level of complexity of hinges around the whole Churchill set. As you can also see, I have removed the runners for the tracks, as I will mount those in PE version from Voyager model set. Unfortunately, I haven't filmed the assembly of Voyager model set with fenders. It is very hard to work with such delicate details and take care of camera at the same time. If I figure this out till the next movie, you can expect this part in next model's workbench. Some last glances to the model before the reveal. Finally, the whole model now is assembled. All the parts from the box and from additional sets have been mounted, and we can dive into the final presentation. As you see, I have decided to replace fenders with PE ones. I thought at the beginning that those fenders look so complex that they just have to be upgraded. Now after the assembly I can say it was a right decision, but the road to this stage was slow, demanding and frustrating. I mean, this Voyager set will stay in my nightmares for a long time. Don't get me wrong, the final effect is superb, but aligning and assembling those PE parts was a real pain. To tell you the truth, I was very close to giving up, but fortunately, I hope, after a few sessions and tons of mean words, I have reached this point. It is worth mentioning that thanks to PE parts, I could make few quite realistic damages to fenders section, just like it looked like in real life. As you also see, I have decided to remove two panels from the left fenders, and there are two reasons for that. First, in photos of Churchill, I found most of units have them partially removed, and also it will look interesting with those dirty tracks on the side. Second reason, and this is strictly between you and me, I had some major problems with joining left fenders together, so having the reason number one was rather fortunate, as I suppose. Primarily, I wanted to mount the tracks after the painting and first weathering process, but as those fenders are rather delicate and flimsy, I decided to put them before. It will make painting a little bit more difficult, but I feel like I have saved myself a lot of stress handling those fenders and tracks in the future. Okay, so now is the time to share some thoughts on quality of the model itself and on assembly process. The set is very nice and rather easygoing. I didn't encounter any major construction problems. Parts have got great fit and the level of details is really great. I mean, even if you decide to go and build this model straight from the box, you will be perfectly happy with the result. Especially when AFV have included PE parts and metal barrel already in the basic set. I could only have some remarks to the instruction sheet, which is rather old school and doesn't have any adequate information on painting layout with no reference to codes or current paint producers. Okay, so that's it for today. In the next episode, you will find me painting and weathering the Churchill Mk.III tank. If you want to share your opinion, tip, or advice on this build or filming of the episode, please do so in the comment section. If you like my video, please click the like button, and to follow, click subscribe. There are many more models to come and you will not miss a thing thanks to it. Thank you for visiting my channel and spending with me last 30 minutes of your time. I hope to see you again in the next episode. Okay, stay cool, bye bye.